Shout out Steve Covino. That's a Covino phrase that will stick with me probably for the rest of my life.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease your soul, grab a spliff and start burning. Relax with us and take a trip to the heavens. And come and spend a day in the 757.
What up, everybody? It's your boys D and Cucuy. It's the after show, but later, the only unofficial Covino and Rich after show. So we have a shit ton. I'm gonna let Cucuy take it away because I know you got plenty of shit. I'm not even ready. Go ahead.
Man, I'm gonna. You know what? I got lots of Covino Rich shit. I really do. I got a lot. They had a great week. Shout out Steve Covino. Shout out Tudmaster Tommy.
You know what? Tommy's always one of the first people to like our shit on Instagram. That's so dope, Doug.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tommy.
Shout out Tommy. Shout out Big Steve. But and they've had a great week. You know, like you said, from Rich being called daddy, supposedly, like he saw some tits too. I mean, I heard a lot of stories from Rich lately. I don't know if that's because he's eating edibles and he's 43 or this shit really happened. But let's talk about the fucking fight. Can we talk about the fight, please?
About Fury Wilder?
The best heavyweight fight we've seen in the last 20 years.
That shit was dope, dog. So what are your thoughts on it?
I give mucho respect. I have to give the utmost respect to Deontay Wilder because he was getting his ass whooped for most of that fight, but he hung in there like a true champ. He might have lost the fight. And, you know, I know in the people's eyes, he's not recognized as a champ, but the will that he displayed after taking a punishment and to even come back and knock that man down a couple of times.
Yeah.
He gets the utmost for a loss. If I'm in a fight somehow with anybody and I'm going to lose, I want to lose like he lost because he went out with heart, with courage, as a fucking warrior. And shout out Tyson Fury because he won the fight and he's a great champ and that was awesome. But I got to give some respect to Deontay Wilder too because that's a warrior right there. He fought till he couldn't fight no more or they wouldn't let him.
No, you know what? And it's not even that. He fought until his lights literally went out. You know, there's nothing, and you know, you hear a lot of UFC fighters talk about that. I don't care who it is. They talk about, you know, when your lights go out, when that your brain shuts off, it shuts off. There ain't nothing you can do about it. You can't train for that shit. You can't.
No.
Once that happens, I mean, we saw it with fucking Stipe when Stipe fought fucking Francis Ngannou. That motherfucker just boom knocked out, and it looked like he even fucked up his knee. Might have like torn his ACL or something, but he was out like a fucking light. So he didn't fuck anything up because his body was so damn relaxed, you know? So you can't train for not getting fucking knocked out, you know?
You know when you're driving down the street, bro, and it's late, you're the only car on the road, and you're just kind of mobbing, right? You're kind of driving down the street, and you know that you see that
you're still tipping on fofos?
Yeah, you know, you got a Mad Dog 2020 or some Four Loko in your lap, and you're going down the road and you're rolling. You know when you see that one fucking street light and that fucker's flickering? And it's kind of making all that weird shit. That was his brain at the end of that fight, bro. That fucker really was flickering. I got somewhat of an announcement to make. Let's see if we can get an investor on the line. And shout out Steve Covino because I took his girth certificate and I turned that son of a bitch into an NFT. So whatever I get from the proceeds selling that fucking NFT of Steve Covino's girth certificate, Covino gonna get half.
Now I want to know how the fuck did you do that?
You know what? I found some shit. I was all danked out and I was on fucking Instagram and something called Voice was on there. It said, turn something into an NFT. I said, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go down the wormhole. Let's check this shit out. Before you know it, Covino's girth certificate's an NFT.
The girth certificate? So are you saying that people listening can buy it?
Once I choose to sell it, it ain't for sale now. But if people want to shoot offers.
I'm new to the whole NFT game, so is it like you can make like 10 copies to sell? You can make
it's
one?
Just that's the thing with the NFT. That's the one of one.
But see, this is where I'm a little confused though, because I have seen some NFTs for sale, and it would be like, say, as an example, the fucking girth certificate, right? But they say there's 6 of them available,
right?
So how the fuck does that work?
Maybe they made 6. So maybe maybe it goes 1 of 6, 2 of 6, 3 of 6, 4 like baseball cards, and obviously the 1 of 6 will be worth the most, the 2 of 6, and then down the line. This motherfucker's 1 of 1.
One of one. Oh, that shit's gonna be worth millions.
And you can trade that shit online, and we can send files back and forth. But this is the NFT, the digital copy of Steve Covino's birth certificate.
Oh my goodness. So all right. So I guess all you Carls listening, all you after show belaters, fucking you guys, you heard it from fucking Al Cucuy himself that we have a Covino and Rich girth certificate for Steve Covino. So if you guys want an NFT,
no, it's for and for clarification, it's for baby Steve.
Baby, oh really?
Yeah, and Terry was the nurse. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
So all those details is preserved in this one NFT. You know what? Maybe at episode 200 we decide to sell it.
Episode 200, that gives us like 4 episodes roughly.
Yeah, but we've been cranking them out, so that'll fly by.
Damn. All right, so you guys heard it here first. There's an NFT for baby Steve and the girth certificate. So if you guys want it, make sure you jump on that because it's only one of one, like Al Cucuy said. So that shit's gonna be going for.
And Steve Covino's a fucking legend, right? Like you could hang that shit on the wall, bro, or whatever the fuck they do with NFTs. I don't know what they do with NFTs. Whatever they do, you could do that. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. And then think about this: if they buy it, they could even resell it and get a profit every time that person resells it or whatever, you know, or rents it or whatever.
Once Covino and Stern Covino and Stern. Once
Covino and Stern.
There you go, bro. Once
I never watched them or listened to them before.
Hey, once Covino leaves Rich and he goes to Howard Stern and it's Covino and Stern instead of Stern and Covino, bro, it's gonna be worth millions. And you just wish you would have bought it when it wasn't.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna kind of change topics a little bit, but
switch gears.
I never realized, Doug, how easily influenced I am. I think Covino might have made a comment this week about like watching Blood In, Blood Out. And as soon as you're done, you're like, Vatos Locos forever, you know? And Doug, I am so fucking easily influenced. You know what's funny as fuck is that like I'll watch fucking Cocaine Cowboys and I'm like, fuck yeah, Doug, I'm gonna be the biggest fucking coke dealer of all time, you know? And then I'll watch a fucking bodybuilding documentary and I'm like, fuck yeah, Doug.
After you're lifting weights in the garage, bro, or what?
Yeah, and then I'll start doing push-ups as I'm watching that shit, right? And then I'll put on a fucking Bob Marley documentary. Next thing you know, Doug, I'm like, all I ever had, you know? Doug, I
see him in the background, bro. That's new too. Have you listened to Bob Marley?
Doug, well, check this shit out. What I'll do, and it's fucking funny because it doesn't matter. Like, it could be a Bob Marley documentary. Next thing you know, Doug, I'm fucking, because in a lot of those documentaries, you hear like the story behind the song, right? You hear about the how like the songwriting went or the fucking creating the actual music or whatever. And when you're listening to these songs, you're just like, fuck, you have a whole new appreciation for them. You know, same thing with if you're watching a documentary on a boxer or fucking whatever. Yeah, I'll go fucking watch the entire fucking Mike Tyson library if I watch a documentary on him. Or fucking Kobe or fucking whatever. And it's just funny because I just trip out on how easily influenced I am by shit that I'm watching or even listening to now because I listen to a shit ton of podcasts, you know?
Bro, when you watch the Super Bowl, do you immediately go out and play catch when you're done?
Doug, I remember fucking being a kid. The first Super Bowl I remember watching was the Packers and the fucking Broncos. And I remember us fucking throwing around the football outside, me and my brother, my cousins, before that shit started, fucking during commercials, during fucking the halftime show. We were like outside in the street, you know, and then come back in for fucking...
Bro, I remember when the Raiders lost to the Baltimore Ravens in like 2000 or 2001 when Rich Gannon got hurt by Tony Saragusa. Me and Tip Dog and fucking Woodchuck, we were playing fucking football in the street and it was raining, bro. We were drunk. We were tackling each other in the fucking street, dude. It was not good.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, it's crazy, Doug, because I don't know, you just see that and you're just like, you get amped. At least I do.
Oh, let's make this fun. After show, but later, you're on with El Cucuy. Who's this? Who's this? You're on the after show, but later with El Cucuy. Who's this?
This is Young Buck.
Bucky.
Yeah, young Bucky right here, right now.
This is Tip Dog's younger brother, Young Buck. What's up, Young Buck?
Oh.
This is Savage Alpha Male. Let's go play, baby.
Hey, Bubba, how many beers are you drinking today?
12-pack every night.
12-ounce cans, 16-ounce cans?
16.
You run the stadium today?
Yep.
I bet you did.
I worked out at the gym, and I ran a mile on the treadmill. There ain't no pussies around here, boy.
No, they're not. Bubba's handling business every day.
Woo! Let's go. Let's go run a couple miles right now.
Bubba, is it true you used to run the 4 lanes up by Shaver Lake?
4 lanes. 4 lanes, 9 miles uphill. Every mile you stop and you do 10 burpees, 20 push-ups.
Hell yeah.
180 push-ups, 90 burpees. No one's afraid. Let's get it.
Damn, Bubba. That's a mean one right there.
You got to do it. It's just alpha male shit. Don't be a pussy.
All right. Hey, can I hit you back here in a little bit?
Oh, yeah, bro.
I'm going to finish this podcast, but I will hit you back.
Yeah, I want to talk on it.
Hey,
what do you want to talk to me?
What do you got to say, Bubba? What
hey,
you
tell
got?
him he's on.
I don't know.
He's on it right now.
What are you guys going over? What are you guys going over? I don't know.
We're going over a lot of stuff, man. We're going over a lot of stuff. You know what? We're going over fucking a lot of different stuff. You know, COVID talk. We're going over all kind of shit. What are you trying to talk about?
That's fake talk.
What do you mean?
The COVID fake talk. Well, nobody cares about that.
Okay, Bubba, what was your A? So check it out. I got a question for you. We're gonna go over some playlist shit. Tell me in the early 90s, what was on your playlist?
Gangster shit, bro. That was all that was played.
Like what?
Real gangster rap. Real gangster rap. Not that bullshit these hopping little funny fucking people are talking about. Well, we're shooting people, stabbing, we're fighting in the streets, we're getting down.
Yeah, like who? X-Rated, Brother Lynch.
X-Rated, Brother Lynch, Sally Cell, Fuck Too Short, bro. It's all 90s. If anything after the 90s is dead.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
Dead. That's not even rap. That ain't gangster rap. These people would have mopped the floor with that ass.
Oh, for sure, Bubba. Hey,
look at these fools in the penitentiary. They can't even fucking compete with these old school people no more. These young kids are punks.
For sure. I totally agree with you.
I'm on a hot one, bro.
I know you are.
I want to play.
I know you're feeling yourself right now.
I like to play.
Hey, Bubba. So I got another question for you. So we listened to a show called Covino and Rich, right? And
Big dogs.
Covino and Rich, you know, they're always talking all kind of different shit. But one of the things they were talking about is fucking that you should be able to attend a fucking live event with a negative COVID test, and it shouldn't require the vaccine. They said having 100. A vaccine card should be kind of like having a fast pass at the amusement park. I agree with that statement. I really do. If you got a vaccine, cool. You want to cut the line because you got a vaccine, cool. But you should still be able to attend anything with a negative COVID test. There should be an option at all times. That's my opinion. What do you think?
You're talking about a lot of people that are overweight that don't work out, don't do shit. They eat burgers, cheeseburgers, bacon on top, and they're wondering why they're fat and overweight and they can't breathe. It didn't start with COVID. You were fucking fat before that, you piece of shit. Get your fucking head out of your ass and fucking get with the fucking program. This is America.
Just for the record.
Cut out what you need to, because I'm sure you're gonna have to cut some shit out.
There is a couple of things that I might, but hey, we'll leave in as much as we can.
You might have to cut a lot of that out, bro.
Oh,
hey,
man,
but see, that's the thing. I'm diverse because that's Tip Dog's an Italiano. That's his little brother, and yeah, they were part of our crew, bro. So you
Doug, that's funny though. It was funny because he straight up like nothing but gangster shit. That's all we listen to. Doug.
Hell yeah! And you know what the funny thing is he don't even listen to it no more. He'll listen to that, but he don't listen to the new shit.
When I was in high school, there is some chick that asked this dude named Osmar, who there was a dude named Osmar. It was like Omar with an S between the O and the M, right?
Wow, that's different.
Yeah, so Osmar, dog. Luis will remember him if he's listening.
Well, Luis.
some chick asked him, how many dudes does a chick need to be with before you consider her promiscuous, right? And he goes, anybody that's not me, right?
Great answer.
And I was like, that was a great answer, dog. That's why I remember the shit from like 03, right? And it made me laugh because, dog, I have that. You know what? As much as like there's a lot of corny shit in my life, we all saw the Barney picture this weekend or this week, right?
Hey, thanks for posting that too, because that's great.
Well, you know what though? That's why I was like, you know what? Whatever. We all have shit from our past, right? That
I posted
is
my soccer ball.
But you know what, Doug? This is what I thought. I go, it makes me laugh because I have something very, very much in common with Covino, is that I kind of feel like everybody that's not me or is a little different than me is a dork in some kind of way, right? And my girl kind of told me something that Rich had told Covino, where one day Rich had told Covino, you think everybody that's white is a goober, right? And it's funny because my girl kind of told me something similar.
Most of them are.
Because I saw there was some dude on the Carl page, and I was like, he posted something, and I was like looking, and I was like, babe,
was it El Cucuy doesn't look Mexican?
No, it wasn't that. It was this
fucking
was
thanks
actually,
for highlighting the obvious fucking Captain fucking Genius.
Yeah, I know, huh? You're right there. Hey, but you know what?
He's a certificate for that shit.
Hey, you may not have looked Mexican in your picture, but you did have a soccer ball. That's what I'm saying.
And you know what? Shout out Marimani Mustangs 1986. I fucking had 3 goals scored on me all motherfucking year, and 2 were in one tournament. One because I was fucking around at the fucking midfield line because I was a goalie talking shit to the other team at the midfield line, and they kicked it over my head. But that's all right. We still won the tournament. Shout out Marimani Mustangs. Shout out Dan Mel, the head coach. Yeah, that's right. We won that shit. Little Cucuy, that was my soccer ball. You could see you can tell in my eyes. Look at that picture. Look in my eyes. I had it then, motherfuckers. I had it then. I'm just saying.
Oh, I have a theory. Listen to my theory, Doug. So Rich was, Doug, he was going to buy milk or some shit. And he said when he was there, some girls were like, hey, daddy, right? They called him daddy or something. You know, towards the end of the show, Rich had another story where I guess there was some dude in his neighborhood.
Did he call him daddy too?
Well, listen, this is where my theory comes from. So, okay. Rich said this dude was speeding through the neighborhood, and then Rich pulled up next to him and was like, "Hey, buddy, you better slow down." Didn't he learn
from the New Jersey, the New York shit?
Well, that's what Covino told him. He was like, "One of these days, you're gonna get your ass beat, right? Because you keep pulling up on these dudes and like."
Is he the hall monitor, bro?
No, Doug. So he was like, "Hey,
citizens arrest."
Yeah. He said something cool like that, like "Kids live here, buddy," or some shit, right? Okay.
And what they say? Fuck off, gabagool.
Doug, this is where my theory comes in. I think the first scenario where the girls called him daddy didn't even happen.
He got pumped in traffic.
I think what happened is he pulled up on this dude, and he was like, "Hey, Buster, you better slow down," or
you
whatever.
Better slow your draw. It's a 35.
So I think the dude in the car that he pulled up on was like, "Yeah, cool story, Grandpa," right? And then fucking took off. So I think he replaced Grandpa with Daddy, and then made up a story about some chicks calling him Daddy.
What's that Stephen A. quote?
Stay off the weed.
Hey, when I was growing up, bro, I used to watch this cartoon called DuckTales, but it sounds like Rich got fishtails because he's making up stories left and right these days. You know what? I'm going to introduce a new term to the after show, but later.
What is it?
You know what a rooster fish is, bro?
A fish with a little mohawk or what?
No, a rooster fish.
Never heard of that in my life.
That is an undercover way. Can you put some earmuffs on, please?
She can't hear.
To call somebody a cocksucker.
What is
you know what? It's a cocksucker, bro.
No, but what's a rooster fish?
A rooster fish. Because guess what a rooster's called? It's a cock. And what's the fish that cleans your fish tank? The sucker fish. So a rooster fish, a fucking cocksucker. And he's being a cocksucker. I'm just saying, he's being a rooster fish right now, bro. Take it from the Cucuy. You guys can spread the joy, spread the word. Rooster fish. I coined it here after show, but later.
pick a topic. I just keep getting sidetracked.
90s music, bro. I'm playing my playlist again. We've documented on the show that I'm not your average cat. So no disrespect to the people out there that disagree with my opinion or my taste in music. Totally agree. Again, if we're in a room somewhere and you're playing country or gospel or Hispanic music or whatever the Doors, fucking rock, I don't give two shits. I'm rocking out to all of it. But this is my playlist and this is the shit that I rocked. And I can't fake the funk. I can't tell you that I listened to fucking Stone Temple Pilots when I didn't. I seen their playlist and I can't dispute them because Covino Rich really came out they came up with the list of the songs that really were popular in that time. And I think they did a great job. I really do. But this is the Cucuy's playlist. And so I'm going to give you a couple
of those. Yeah.
I'm going to give you about 10 seconds.
Are you going to play them or are you going to, what are you going to name them?
I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna name some and I'm gonna play some, and that way people can kind of get a feel where I'm coming from. Listen to the GLP, which stood for the Get Low Players. JT the Bigger Figure, E40, Brother Lynch Hung, Mac Mall, Master P. Right when he moved to New Orleans, we cut it off, but before that, it was Master P. Spice One, Too Short. I mean, those are classics. Mac Dre. Who didn't listen to Mac Dre if you're in California? Sibo, Brother Lynch Hung, Messy Marv, San Quinn. I mean, I'm going through my playlist, some Snoop. We had to play that Doggy Style straight up, the whole CD. RBL Posse, Kilo, Scarface. We banged some Scarface around here. And just for those of you who don't know who tuned in, this is the part of the show that Covino has titled Hood Rat Shit. So if you want to fast forward, go ahead. But you might learn something. So I suggest you listen, but do what you want. DJ Quick, High C. Those are some of the things, Little Rick. Those are just some of the stuff that I listen to. And I'll give you a little rundown, you know what I mean? Straight up. Let's go. Like me, slow it all 7 days of the week. Then you're ready for a healthy serving. Like the sun didn't shine. Trying hard to survive. Now I can have whatever money can buy, but I ain't tripping because I'll still hit you up with the same gang sign. Still fuck with the homies that I grew up with. See, and this is how I live my life, man. So this is the shit that I listen to. I don't know. I know people are different.
Hey, you still fuck with the homies that you grew up with? We heard a phone call earlier.
You just had one. I've been friends with him for fucking 34 years. So, I mean, and he's not exactly like me. He's a different dude, but he's still my homie.
I don't know, Doug. I heard a lot of you in that phone call.
He's wild. He's
very wild. He's himself,
What about this one, bro? This is generational right here.
This is DJ Easy Dick. On them balls right now, something.
Fuck yeah, dog. This is the fucking like jam.
I don't give a fuck what you listen to. That like me be saying that fucking I don't know Garth Brooks' favorite song. Like if you don't know this one, I don't know. You need to walk into traffic or something because
Doug, man, I don't know if this is we're a little ghetto, but when this shit comes on in the club, man.
What about Too Short, bro? Just some shit like this.
Like Blowjob Betty?
Nah, you know what? We're gonna again. These are the cats I was hanging out with. This is my lifestyle. I know that not everyone lived it. Not judging nobody, but again, I'm gonna play this shit right here because this is things that we were doing when I was growing up.
I told it with my eyes. I've been a player for years. This ain't no
rapper's dream.
Leaving messages on her answer machine.
I'm in the bed, listening, laughing, tickling, giggling, kicking it.
Nigga,
I be sticking it.
You was hugged up with her when I met her. She gave me that look like,
please make it better.
I told her with my eyes, meet me over there.
Instantly, she was the victim of a player. I be spitting this game like Iceberg Slim. What about your man? She said, fuck him, let's roll.
So we jumped in the Benz.
Left you at the bar, talking to your friends. God Vacho came through with the satisfaction.
Now you running around
like a fatal attraction.
Cause I've been in the pussy for the last few days. Don't
take it personal, just my badass ways. Anyway, that's my shit. Those are some of the things that were on my playlist. What do you got, man?
You know what? I don't have a playlist ready. I wasn't ready for this, Doug, but Let me see. 90s. I'm trying to think of shit that. Honestly, a lot of the shit that I think they were playing reminds me of the 90s as far as like shit that was always on the radio, you know? Like the shit they were playing was shit that was always. And that was kind of one of the points that Covino made, because there was a lot of shit that he said he would put on his personal 90s mix. But then there was a lot of things that he put on there that he wouldn't necessarily jam to, but they were big at the time. And, you know...
you know what it was for me? That was all the shit that was playing on the school bus and the ride to school.
Mm. Well,
right?
for me, it reminds me of being in the car with my family, too, as a kid. Like,
you guys were playing the fucking the hot station?
Yeah, whatever the hell the fucking local station was. Like, I remember...
See, my parents weren't playing that shit.
Doug, you know, like one of the songs that reminds me of being a kid?
People speak about Jesus, and my dad would listen to oldies. Like, he listened to Creedence Clearwater and, you know, all the old school rock and roll shit. So that's where I got my game on that one from my pops. He was playing all that stuff, but she was listening to sermons and shit.
That, I mean, they had their shit. I mean, like my mom, she was a huge like Bob Marley fan. My dad,
really?
my mom, Doug, my mom was a huge Bob Marley fan. She actually, Doug,
is she Chief? Oh, no, never mind. I know she listens.
No, she didn't though. To be. I mean, but she loved Bob Marley.
Even better. Did you announce our undercovering that we found out the other day?
I don't even remember what you're talking about.
I asked you what happened to Nervous Matt, and maybe we came to an agreement.
No.
Nervous Matt from Colorado, remember?
No, Doug, that was Mark in Colorado.
Sorry, not Nervous Matt. That's too many Coronas. Mark in Colorado, bro. Where is Nervous Matt? Speaking of, remember they used to play the piano?
You know what? You know, I remember him calling the last like 5 years, and he was like whispering because he was at work. He was like, "Hey guys, you know, so
he was jerking off in the closet."
That's probably what he was doing, Doug.
No, but you didn't tell our announcement about Mark in Colorado and how he related to Dog the Bounty Hunter?
No, I think didn't we talked about it last episode?
But we confirmed it, right?
I think we did.
That mullet confirms that Mark in Colorado is Dog the Bounty Hunter.
You self-centered son of a...
I like 3 ways in the watch. What about the haircut? Did you hear Rich say that?
About what?
I heard these dudes. I don't agree. I mean, I disagree with Rich all the time. It's documented. Okay. Don't disagree with Covino very often. And I don't remember who said it, but I remember listening this week on the show, and the guy said that it takes a few days for a haircut to settle in. Did you catch that?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, and you know it's so funny because I have something that, because to me, Doug, when you get it is when it looks the freshest, right?
But that day, bro, it's never gonna look as fresh as it does
that day.
They did a hell of a job. When you walk out, you're on. That's it.
You know what's funny though? I don't know.
2016, you're on fleek.
Boy Meets World was real big in my time, right? Boy Meets World, Corey Matthews had a quote where he said something very similar.
Was that curly haired little fucker?
Yeah. So he said, I get a haircut.
When I get a haircut, it looks terrible for like the first 6 weeks. Then all of a sudden, it looks terrific for like a day. Then it's time for another haircut. It's what I like to call the haircut cycle of shame.
That was something that I thought of when they were talking about this.
Well, Rich is kind of Boy Meets World-ish.
I could kind of see that.
As you guys can see, I get a fade, right? And right now it's been about 5 days, and you can't really see my fade coming through yet. But I will go get cut tomorrow. I get my cut. My shit is cut every 6 to 7 days on the money. Now, granted, I live in Fresno, California, and I go to a barbershop down the street on Maple to Larry by the name of Colima, and it's only $15, right? So I know that Rich is fucking in Hollywood or wherever the fuck he's at, paying $40-50 a haircut, and that's a little different story, but my barber don't even speak English, bro.
So she knows how to cut your fade.
Hey, she just asked me skin, 2, Estolo, mediums, and that's it.
Estolo.
That's all we got to talk about. And she hooks it up. I give her $5 tip, and I'm on my way, bro. So 20 shanks.
No, but you know what? This is what tripped me out too when they were talking about that, because I was expecting some, I don't want to say blowback, but I was expecting something from Covino, because Doug, he is very particular with getting his haircut. So
right.
I would figure when he leaves, it's as perfect as it's gonna get, right?
That's how I feel.
So I don't understand that either, because I feel like, Doug, like as soon as I get a haircut and I'm like, fuck, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, and believe me, I'm just as picky as Covino when it comes to shit, right? And I'm just like, I'm looking at it, and then like right now, Doug, I'm even embarrassed because my shit's like long and it's been like a week and a half. Uh-huh. But I'm like, I need a shave, I need to freaking get a haircut. Well, but Doug, but that second, every time I get a haircut, I go, damn, I'm like, why couldn't it just look like this all the time? You know?
Bro,
like all the time.
When I walk out of the barber shop, I immediately say, oh, yeah, like Macho Man.
You're feeling
and then
fresh.
I do that flex. I do the flex like Hogan, bro. Like, I just feel, they say I look like Paul Wall, bro. You
Doug,
can call me
don't bring up the Hogan flex. I can't afford to lose another shirt, Doug.
I know. I'm just saying. They say I look like Paul Wall. You can call me the people's champ. It won't offend me. But that's how I feel when I walk out the barbershop.
Doug, you know what? You just brought up something. Did you back in the day?
Paul Wall looks like me, bro. Paul, I'm older than that motherfucker. He looks like me. I'm just saying.
Doug, well, I'm saying, did you dig that dude back in the day?
No. Never
did.
had a song. Never had a song of his shit on my playlist ever.
Doug, I used to dig his shit. I used to dig his shit. He had some fucking jams. I think when he it was around
Paul Wall though.
Oh, it was around the Chopped and Screwed times, Doug, where fucking
he's an El Cucuy clone, bro. Paul Wall, you heard it right here on the after show, but later he tries to be like El Cucuy, bro. He's a clone. He tries to be like me. That's okay. I'm not mad at him. I get it.
A lot of people, why. You know what? Often replicated, never duplicated.
Nope.
You know, that's what I'm saying, Doug. Like, I think there's a lot of people that want to be like El Cucuy. Show him? All right, Doug. Here's the big reveal.
Rich,
Bubba, you want to take it so you can show it a little closer to the camera?
Yeah. Kennedy, what you got? Saipoop Davis. That's him. That's awesome.
Dang, Bubba, he said that's awesome.
That is awesome. Thank you, Kennedy.
He said thank you, Bubba. Hey, we're going to have to upload this to...
That's NFT right there. Rich Davis thanks you, too. Because he's going to
upload this to the after show, but later social. Kennedy Drew Rich Davis.
We'll make an NFT and Rich can get half of that one.
Yeah. He deserves some profit. I mean, we bag on him a lot, but come on.
He probably deserves about 90% because it's all head, but still. Spot mentions he leases and uses the iPhone upgrade program. And I'm a user of that program, and I'm with Spot. Me and Spot don't always see eye to eye. But on this we do. I use that same exact program. Matter of fact, I'm waiting for my new iPhone 13 Pro Max. Motherfucker's supposed to be here in 3 weeks, and I'm excited as shit. But yeah, I get a new phone every month. Every time not every month. Sorry, bro. That's
every month you get a new phone,
bro. That's the chronic and the corona talking. But no, about every October I get a new one. And basically, you got to basically pay 12 payments, and after you satisfy that 12th payment, you can upgrade for the sales tax and the price, I think, of the next payment of the new phone. And what do you do? Or I know obviously because we text back and forth, your team Apple. How do you do your shit?
You know what? I was part of one of those programs years ago.
Through Apple or your cell phone company?
No, it was through my cell phone company.
Yeah. No, that's the trap.
Is you go through Apple?
Yeah, hell yeah. Because where are you gonna take your shit if it breaks? Apple. Part of that iPhone upgrade program is they make you buy Apple Care, which means if you crack your screen, it's only $29.
That's dope. Oh yeah, you know what? There was somebody. Oh, it was actually Rich that was talking about it this week, where he was saying that somebody was talking about the new Apple Care is like legit. It's actually worth it. But you know what though, Doug? I used to be part of one of those programs, and it was back in the day when I had Sprint, which was fucking terrible, Doug. I fucking hated that shit. So I had Sprint, But they had some upgrade program, dog, where it was like you can upgrade to the new iPhone for $1 every time a new iPhone comes out, right? For life. That was the promotion.
Can I upgrade to Verizon for $5?
What do you mean, for $5?
Well, I don't know, because Sprint, like you said, that fucking E40 and the Click, they had CDs all the time, but Verizon's favorite was dial tone, because every time you try to talk to somebody, that shit.
Sprint?
Yeah, they were boo-boo, bro. It was my first cell phone company. I remember paying $75 a month for 1,500 minutes, and about 830 of them fucking cut out halfway through the call.
Yeah. No, Doug, that shit. Well, see, I lost that program when I left Sprint and I went to Verizon.
Good for you.
Doug, you know what, though? I had an iPhone 10 for fucking, like, I don't know how many years, Doug. Like, I didn't upgrade until just recently. I upgraded from the 10 to the 12 Pro some shit. I don't know. It's got 3 cameras on it. It's, I think, the exact phone that Spot had that he showed, like the same color and everything. But so you know what? That program that you're talking about sounds pretty dope. I might do something like that. But for me, I don't know, Doug. I feel like ever since like Steve Jobs died, there's not a whole lot of like innovation when it comes to the fucking iPhones. As far as like the last couple, like honestly, Doug, from the 10 to the 12. I mean, yeah, the 12's got the 3 cameras and shit, but I don't see like a shit ton of difference in it.
I do.
The 10 was cool.
I'm going to go on Covino voice. You know what it doesn't do? It doesn't break.
But see, the 10, Doug, lasted me like 6 years or 5 years or however long I had it.
Yeah. No, see, here's how I look at it, bro.
That shit never fucked with me either.
No, see, I'm going to break it down, though. Here's the thing. When you're on those cellular companies, what's the gimmick they want you to do? They charge you like $1 million fucking connection fee, and then they want to charge you sales tax on the full price of the phone. So if you're getting a 256 or 512 gigabyte, you're paying sales tax on like $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. And here in the beautiful state of California on the best coast, that's about 9%, right? So that's fucking $9 per 100. That's 90 per 1,000. Dude, it's going to cost you a good fucking 130, 140 in sales tax, even though you're on the fucking program. And then you can only upgrade every 24 months. Mm-hmm. So my shit, if you play it right, let's just say your payment like mine is due October or the 28th of every month, motherfucker, upgrade on the 27th. So instead of paying that payment on the 28th for the phone you got, you cancel the service, or not the service, but the contract because you traded in, pay it on the 27th on the new phone. You're only paying a little bit of fucking bullshit. And for the same 150, I think I paid 147 this year. I pay 147 every year. And then I pay my monthly payment on the phone, and I get a new phone every 12 months, man. To me, it's a no-brainer. Why do I want old shit? Why do I want to pay all that money up front? Why do I want to be tied into a contract with any carrier? You know what I'm saying? And why not trade your shit in like Spot every year and have the newest shit? I don't give a fuck if the 12 is different from the 10 or not. I pay the same.
Yeah, so you might as well have it.
Why not?
Do you have to send it to them? Do you
take it to the Apple Store?
That's where I'm fucked because we don't have an Apple Store.
Back in the day when the iPhone 6 came out, I believe it was, I was working at Food Max, and that's when they had placed the antenna too close to the battery or some bullshit. They gave me 4 phones that year.
Yeah.
I would go on my lunch break, bro. I would literally, it was like 5 or 10 minutes from work. And this is before COVID, because now you need an appointment, Vax card, show your balls, whatever they ask you to do. You got to jump through hoops now. Back in the day, you weren't jumping through hoops. But I remember I just showed up on my lunch break at the Apple Store and said, hey, my screen's not pushing this way or whatnot. Those motherfuckers fuck around with it for a minute and push on it. And if it did what I said they did, dude, I walked out with a new phone on lunch.
Yeah, that's dope. I wonder, Doug, how I would be able to do that. Because we don't the nearest Apple store is probably like a couple hours away.
Do you have a Best Buy?
Yeah.
They're a certified authorized retailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I think if you took it to the what's the fucking Nerd Squad or fucking Nerd Crew or what's that shit called?
Yeah.
Rich Davis buddies. What is it? No, Geek Squad. Yeah. And I think they all wear the glasses that he wore growing up. But I think if you take it there and they play with it or whatnot, and it don't work right, they swap you.
Yeah, I had one kind of fucked up experience with Best Buy and their Geek Squad because I have actually this camera right here, Doug, that I have right here.
Yeah.
Fucking the screen on it, it actually comes out and spins around and does all this fancy shit, right?
Yeah, it's dope.
And so, because I like to actually, like, because, most cameras, they got the shit like that or whatever.
Right.
But it sucks for, like, freaking, like, if you want to see what you're actually recording, like, and you're recording yourself or whatever, right? This is dope.
Right.
Well, Doug, I had the camera. What? You want Huggies? Okay. I had this camera, Doug. I fucking dropped it one day, and the screen fucked, right? And I took it to Best Buy, and they couldn't do shit to it. They were like, oh, I don't know, something. I don't know what the hell they said. They looked it up at the computer, or I don't know what the hell. But, Doug, all I did was I just sent it back to the fucking Canon or whatever, and they sent me out a new one, no problem. So, Doug, like, I don't know. I felt like that was my only experience with Geek Squad, and it was kind of like whack. Like, I took it to them, and they were like, oh, did you buy it here?
Rich is whack. No. Rich is whack. Rich is whack.
Yeah, but Doug, so they were like, that's one of the things where I'd have to do some research on that, because that sounds like, if they can fix my shit on like a fucking whim like that, that'd be dope.
You know what, bro? This is the part of the show where I'm taking a left turn.
What's going on?
We're going to fucking call my buddy, just so everyone knows. I had a buddy he claimed he wanted to be on the show. Said he wanted to be on the show, talked about being on the show. Matter of fact, I'm going to introduce him. We did a prank call on him a while back through prankdial.com. And this is what came out of it. And, I'm going to introduce him through this prank call. Here we go.
All right, let's do that.
Bolo, Colombo.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, hey.
Who is this?
So you the one who hit my car?
Who the hell is this?
Phone number on the windshield.
Oh, boy, I'm in Sacramento, man. You must be calling the wrong area code, homeboy.
Busted out my tail light.
Man, if you don't get the fuck out the phone with me, homeboy. Man, I did, I'm gonna whip your ass. Oh, you get the fuck out the phone
This is
with
the
me.
part where Cavino calls it hood rat shit.
Oh, you don't know. You see it right now?
Don't lie to me.
Nah, you see it now?
Hood rat tails.
Then why'd you leave a damn note?
Man, shut the fuck up with your punk ass. I'm out.
So you know what? Let's go ahead and try to give this guy a call. Since he didn't want to call in like he was supposed to, we're going to go ahead and call him. Let's go.
All right, let's go ahead. Live call.
The problem is Daniel can't hear this call. So Cucuy got to initiate everything.
Well, I could hear it. He can't hear me.
Oh, he just can't hear you.
I could hear it, yeah.
Okay.
Remember when the other dude was talking about being fat and eating hamburgers? I heard that.
Yeah, he did. Come on, Bo. Pick the phone up, homie.
Ooh.
Please leave your message
this is what we're gonna do?
9.
Oh. You might want to hang up, dog, because I can hear his phone number.
No.
5.
No.
Hey, this is the after show, but later, El Cucuy calling. We had you booked for a guest appearance, and we're just trying to figure out where you're at. Give us a call back. Peace.
Blacklisted.
To replay your
I can't
message,
play that, bro. He's
message
black.
canceled. Thank you for
play that.
calling.
He's black.
Goodbye.
Dog, I'm not saying nothing about being black. I said blacklisted.
Oh, he can't hear you, right?
No.
Oh, oops. Well, there goes that fucking
So you deleted
shit.
it?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh. He couldn't hear me. Unless it came through your headphones, he could hear.
No, he could. I don't know. I panicked, bro. You said blacklisted. I panicked.
Doug, did I tell you about my freaking one of my work studies where she fucking didn't want to tell me that the student that came was black? So Doug, in
was
Spanish,
he blue?
Doug, if in Spanish, like if somebody's like darker complected, you'll say they're like morenito,
Negrito?
right?
Negrito?
Like, no, not negrito. They'll say morenito, right? Like más like
way,
moreno.
Cali, they call him Negrito. I don't agree with it because it ain't right.
Well,
but
negrito would be like a black dude, right? And to me, like negrito doesn't sound really bad, but
that's to me.
So like morenito is like darker complected is basically what it is, right?
Okay.
Well, so I had one of my work studies. She told me, "Hey, somebody came by for you, right?" And he's this black dude that I know.
Okay.
So she's like, "Hey, somebody came by and they're asking for you." And I was like, "Okay, who was it?" And she was like, "Oh, he was this tall guy." And I was like, "Okay." And
She's
she was
dancing
like,
line or what?
Doug. So then she goes, "He was like morenito," and I'm thinking, okay, Mexican, but a little darker, right? And then I go, "Okay, morenito," and then she goes, "Curly hair," and I go, "Curly hair." I go, "Okay," and then she goes, "And he's gay, right?" Well, she didn't tell me that. She told me morenito, curly hair, tall, and she said really short shorts, right? So I
bottom
go,
ball short shorts.
So I go, I'm picturing some gay Mexican with curly hair, right?
In a banana hammock.
And I go, morenito. I go, she goes, he's come by before. She goes, I think you know who he is.
I bet he has.
And shut the. And I go, wait. I go, Ferrante. I go, was he black?
Michael Ferrante?
And no, so I go, Ferrante. She goes, I go, was he black? She goes, dog. She turned all red. And I go, you could have just said he was black. And she goes, no, I didn't want to say that. And I go,
good for her.
Doug, what do you mean good for her? He was black.
Yeah, but she didn't want to tell you that a black dude came by.
Why not? What's so bad about that? Those are the facts.
Just name him by his name. We're all human. Why we got to describe him by race?
Doug, she didn't know him by name.
Well, fucking just say, I don't know, get his name. That's what she should have fucked up. That's where she fucked up. Hey, sir,
Okay.
What's your name? Hey, Daniel. Ferrante came by. Then you would have figured it out.
Well, she played these fucking jumping around gymnastics with me where I didn't fucking know who the fuck she was talking about.
It sounds like she played the bongos for you.
But Doug, I don't understand what's so bad about saying he's a black dude. If he was a fucking Mexican dude or a fucking white dude or whatever, why is it a bad thing?
I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm going to clarify. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't have a problem with it. But in 2021, she probably should have just called him by his name, bro. At this point, you can't even say it was a dude or a her or a his or a her or a fucking whatever. Hey, so-and-so came by. Hey, did you hear when Rich got clowned on Fox Sports?
No.
This dumbass, he tried to say that the Cardinals were 5-0 team, which they are, and it doesn't feel like a 5-0 team. But when he did it, he interrupted the sports update announcer when they're giving little updates on the scores or whatnot. And while he was doing his update, that's when Rich interrupted him. And the guy goes, yeah, it's documented in black and white. They're 5-0. But I thought it was funny as hell because he was making fun of Rich. You didn't hear that shit?
No, I didn't.
I was on the Fox Sports show.
Oh, you know what? I know why. Last Sunday, I was at a dinner for my little cousin's birthday. And I remember as soon as I got there, I lowered it.
Oh.
So I didn't get to hear the whole show.
Pretty good. Rich got clowned. He tried to interrupt the fucking score announcer and basically fucking brushed him off like this and said, hey, back in your lane.
Doug, you know what? I dig their Sunday sports shit on Fox Sports because it's usually during the Sunday night football. So it's cool because you're watching it. And Doug, when they're bullshitting, it's kind of like you're just chilling with them. That's one of the things that I liked about the Behind the Velvet Rope for the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight. Is that I had the fight on one screen over here on my actual laptop. It was playing. And then on my phone was them behind the velvet rope. So it was dope. As, you know, they were fucking synced up perfectly. So as it was going on, it was like I was fucking just chilling with them watching it. It was really cool, man.
Hell yeah. Well, I ain't got too much shit more. What do you got? You got anything left?
I don't have anything left, dog. I think I fucking... honestly, we've been going right here. It says an hour and 36 minutes, and we might get 45 minutes out of this shit. Being all the shit I got to cut out with Kennedy and fucking...
Bubba.
And yeah, fucking... I'll cut that down. I still want to have the phone call.
Hey, he's entitled to his wrong opinion.
That shit was
That's
funny
one thing we don't do on this show is we don't necessarily agree with your opinion, but you're entitled to it even if your ass is wrong. Shout out Steve Cavino. That's a Cavino phrase that will stick with me probably for the rest of my life. Your ass is entitled to your wrong, shitty opinion.
On the road to the riches, cause it's all about the paper. Now buckle up your seats and prepare for the journey. Let the music ease